Hello and welcome to Minecraft Studios Wolsung Battlereport.
This is Jan,
And I'm Łukasz.
and today we have an experiment, a new kind of scenario for you to see.
To the city of Lyoness there came a shipment of the most advanced security golem model on the market. Two of the inventor heroes managed to acquire one security golem each. Unfortunately, when they showed up to the depot to pick them up, it appears that they both bought the same one. So now they both have a strong will to actually have this security golem right this moment, and they will come back to the seller later. So in this cargo crate here is the security golem in question, and the Egir Eldstrom with some henchmen and Alice Tinkerly are the heroes who will be picking them up. In order to open this crate, as they both have the keys, any model from their faction needs to spend a quick action and roll at least one success to open this cargo crate.
Once the crate is open, we will put a security golem next to it. It can be put anywhere touching the crate. The model then can be activated after successfully hit in close combat. We decided that this would be pretty balanced, as we think it will be, as then you will have to spend an action to gain one action of the golem. Then, after it gets hit by the opposing player in close combat, it becomes the friendly model for his faction. And so goes on and on. With each hit it changes its side.
In order to ensure all our heroes will have opportunity to use all their abilities in this turn, from the first turn on, we decided that rather than deal the set number of cards for each player, we will deal twice that number and discard down to the set number. The set number is, as always, 2 plus the number of heroes you use, so we will each have 3 cards in our hand after we discard them.
As the heroes are from the same club, and we thought that it would be pretty cool to prevent them from attacking each other, especially when we have the cards discarded at the beginning of the game. It is possible to get a hand of cards quite lethal, and that it would be possible with these cards to kill one of the opposing heroes outright. And we wanted to prevent this, so only the henchmen can attack heroes.
In order to avoid the situation where a loss of some squishy models will make the scenario impossible to win in the end, we decided that the henchman models will come back after being killed at the start of the next turn, and each of the faction will have their own respawn point. So the henchman of Egir Eldstrom will come back running from this door, and the henchman from Alice Tinkerly will come back running from this warehouse door.
We decided that the game will last 3 turns as usual, and after these 3 turns the winner will be the one that controls the golem.
My hero is Alice Tinkerly, who is definitely looking forward to her new security golem. Together with her, she brought one lab golem and a Clockwork servant, the booster one.
For this scenario I chose Egir Eldstrom, together with 2 lab assistants that combo very well with him.
Okay, so first we have to deal cards. We agreed that we will deal twice the usual number of the cards in this scenario. And then we will discard down to 3 cards. Jan, you are the first player.
Yes, indeed. The first model I move will be the lab assistant, the girl one.
The pretty one.
She will go down the stairs here, and then to the center of the courtyard. And I'll try to hit the golem with the lab flask. I have 2 dice, because I have guns of 2 and -1 for quick, +1 for the range of the attack.
My lab golem only has reflex of 2.
And it's a hit. And we'll check what will that be, 2 dice. Alright, nothing impressive. I will choose 2, so it's a strength 3 hit, too little to do anything to the golem.
Yeah, indeed. My first activation will be this booster golem, and I will just move him up to the contact with the cargo crate and try to activate it. With a success.
Okay, I'll place the model here.
Yeah, that's perfect here. Okay, and so that's the end of my activation. I managed to release the golem and I hand over the activation to Jan.
Alright, my second model will be another lab assistant. And as Łukasz already managed to take the golem out of the box, I think it could be a good idea to take it over. So I'll move down here on the crates and barrels. It is possible as it's below 3 inches down. And this is the first action, and with the second action I will get to the golem and try to hit it. I have 2 dice and he has a fight of 3.
Yes, the golem has a fight of 3, he cannot defend or strike back, he just rolls the dice, and I think...
2 successes and 1 on my side, so
that's
nothing.
not a friendly golem for you. With my second activation I will choose Alice Tinkerly, and first I will move slightly around the base of the golem and use her overcharge ability on him so that he has boosted movement and strength. And then I will move up to 5 inches and I will cast her command spell on my friendly lab golem. I will pay the cost and I will roll the dice, and it's a success.
Yeah, it works.
So now I will make 1 action with this golem immediately. It is made with movement of +2, so the golem may move up to 6 inches, up to here.
Yeah, and also remember about adding 1 charge counter.
Yes, indeed. Now the booster golem, because I cast a spell and discarded a card, he stores 1 charge counter.
With my final activation, I move Egir, first jumping over the over here. This is the first action, and secondly moving next to the large golem, and I try to hit it in close combat. I have 4 dice, he has 3. And okay, I managed to hit him.
Okay, so he is now a friendly model for you.
Yeah, and I have strength of 5, and the difference is only 1, so strength 6 hit.
Yeah.
He has armor of 8, so nothing happened.
Yep. But now you can make 1 action with the security golem as if you casted a command spell on him.
Exactly. So as Egir finishes his activation, now it's the final activation of the turn. I will charge Łukasz's model, Łukasz's golem.
I will have still this golem to activate.
Oh yes, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But, okay, so charge away.
I'll charge him, and I have 3 dice, and you have also 3 dice as well.
I'm afraid you will use your trample ability.
Ah, yeah, true.
Yeah. So my golem will definitely defend. So I will have 5 dice.
I have 1 success.
I have 2, so that's a miss.
Yeah.
But now I have to roll for Alice Tinkerly also. Because of the trample ability of the golem, and she will also defend. And she also
5 successes. Okay.
Yeah. So you didn't manage to kill anybody.
Oh well. But it's my golem.
Yes, indeed. my last activation of the turn, you will be activating this lab golem and trying to switch this security golem who is still friendly to Egir. I will roll 3 dice, trying to hit it in melee.
I'm 3 on my side. And you managed to do it.
Yep.
And your strength is, as far as I remember, 5.
5 plus 2 because of the boost is still not high enough to actually hit you. Since you are a friendly model now, I will make my second action with the lab golem, and I will charge your lab assistant.
Okay.
I will now roll my 3 dice.
I'm definitely defending.
I have 2 successes.
And I have also 2.
I will...
So this is a strength of 7. And I will be left on 2 wounds.
Okay. And since I managed to get this model friendly, I will try to get him around, but I will not be able to get into base contact with this lab assistant.
Alright. And we have end of turn 1.
Okay. So, the start of the second turn, we will now deal the cards, combine with our hands, and discard down to 3.
I'm still the first player, and this time the other way around. The first model will be Egir. With the first action, I will charge the large golem and try to switch it to my side. It's possible not to touch yours. Okay, with 4 dice against 3. I scored 3 successes.
That's enough.
And it's a draw, and a hit with a strength of 5, nothing happens. And this was the first of my actions. With the second action, I'll try to hurt your golem. And this time I still have 4 dice against your...
3, or I will defend you. I believe that your lab assistant helps you.
Yeah, he does. So another 2 dice for me. So 6 against 5.
6 against 5, yes, I will defend.
Ooh. Okay, so it seems I missed. But it is pretty important for me to get things done. And I'll add an ace. So another 2 successes. So it's 4 against 3, and I score strength 5 hit plus the one difference of 1 die. But as the Egir has gruesome damage, it's strength 7 hit. I'm still not sure if it changes.
Yeah, my
anything.
armor is 7, so you will need to discard more black cards in order to actually damage me.
Yeah, so a bit of a mistake from my side, but anyway.
Okay.
Nothing happens. I get another activation with just after Egir is done with his. So with the activation of security golem, I will use it to charge the lab golem. And now I have 4 dice for Egir, 3 dice for golem, and 2 dice for the lab assistant, so an impressive of 9.
Yes, my golem still only has fight of 3, so I will defend to get 5 dice.
I will check if it makes any difference this time. Whoa, okay, 3 successes on your side, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Ouch! And your strength.
Ouch! And my strength is 8.
So right now you are dealing 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage. So that's enough to kill me. I might burn this charge counter to reroll those 2 dice, but since I have only 4 wounds, even if I get 2 successes, it will not change anything. So right now this model
I managed to kill him.
Destroyed. This model will respawn at this gate at the start of the next turn.
And well, I lost 2 activations and 1 card to kill 1 henchman, so I think it's still pretty good for you.
That's pretty good. My first activation this turn is already one of my only 2 remaining models, because I lost one before I even got to activate. So right now my only gambit is try to get Alice to activate this security golem and mess up my opponent's henchman. So I will now charge the security golem, and I will use my fight of 3 versus his fight of 3 and hope I will roll more.
Okay, it's a draw, so you managed to hit him.
I managed to hit him.
And you didn't do anything, yes?
Yes,
Because
so this is just
6.
my strength of 6 is not enough to scratch his armor, which is perfect because I want to use it in my warehouse, my laboratory. So now I will move my second action. I will charge this lab assistant, who is already damaged by my golem from the previous turn.
Alright, I'll defend with 4 dice.
I will roll 3 dice. And I roll.
No, I think it's it's a hit and
enough to hit you.
Yeah,
since you are at 2 wounds remaining, I hit for 6.
yeah, okay. So
one.
I'll place her here for the next turn.
So what remains is this security golem is now friendly to me. So I will now charge the remaining lab assistant, the one that didn't activate this turn still.
Once again, I will defend.
I will use my this security golem's fight of 3, and possibly maybe I will use even the charge counter from the. I don't think.
2 and 2. Nice.
So I hit you
me.
for 8. So I will try to use this charge counter in order to reroll these dice.
No.
Unfortunately.
Okay. I'm left with 1 wound.
Yep.
Not bad.
The one remaining thing is that this security golem still has trample, so now I have to roll for his attack on Egir, as he is within 1 inch of the base.
I'll defend.
Yep.
3 successes against 2, so
Yep, that's a miss.
that's a miss. My last activation is the remaining and very, very wounded lab assistant. With the first action, I'll try to hit the golem to make him mine once again.
The security golem. Yep.
Exactly.
He will just roll his fight.
And I have a pretty good chance. Yay! Okay, I have too little strength to do anything to it, but
Yes.
this was not the point. That was not the point.
He's now friendly to you, so you can now move out of his.
I have an
out of the
option
melee.
of doing something more in this action, and this will be move and hitting the lady with a flask.
Oh no, you crazy bastard!
I have only 2 dice, but
I have
pretty good
my
chance.
reflex is 3, and
I have 1 success, and you have 2 successes.
yeah, so that's a miss.
Too bad.
Yep, but you get to activate the security golem now.
True, it's true. So he will just turn around and charge Alice with 3 dice.
Yes, she will definitely defend.
And I have 2 successes.
I also have 2 successes, and I do not want to be hit for 8, so I will now use a card.
Okay. So it seems that we came to the end of the turn 2.
I also have
I have
one.
this guy. I didn't see him.
Yeah, I have this little guy here, but I don't think I will be able. Is this guy on 1 wound remaining?
Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, but I only have fight of 1, so you can fence and.
But even if I hit you back, I probably.
My armor is 4, so
I
your
have
strength is
strength
3.
of 3.
Yep, so let's go for it.
You can
So-
try it. The worst option is that you will have him replaced at the beginning of the next turn.
Yes, so I will now choose this booster golem, and I will charge using his 1 action and movement of 7 this lab assistant. I will now roll my.
Do you know what? I will defend. I don't want to hit you back.
Fear the mighty golem!
Oh, okay. No matter.
Yes, but we are still all alive. So this is the end of the turn 2.
Beginning of turn 3. As the 2 henchmen were killed last turn, they are now replaced, according to the rules we agreed. And Łukasz will deal the cards.
Okay, yeah, so you are still the first player and I refuse to steal your initiative.
Right, thank you. I will start the turn with the fresh lab assistant, straight from the warehouse.
Where did she come from?
I don't know. And I think it will be pretty funny to use the flask. And well, the first
It's always funny to use the flask.
The first usage in the turn 1 was not very successful, but I hope to be a bit more successful now. With the first action, I'll move her here. And 8 inches is exactly the distance needed to hit the close combat.
And you are still above 3 inches from the ground,
Yeah,
so you still get
additional die. So I have 3 dice.
Yep, and all the models in the melee will have to roll the reflex. So the security golem, which is friendly to you, will roll 2 dice, and my Alice Tinkerly will roll 3.
Yeah. So let's check this out. 1 success.
Alice Tinkerly gets
No
0.
successes, and 1 for the golem. So Alice is hit, unless you spend the card.
I don't want to be hit.
Okay, so the golem is the one that got the flask in his head, and we will check what happened.
The result is...
The result is 1 or 2.
Smoke or empty?
Yeah, so I think that giving smoke there is not... That gives no advantage.
Yeah, so it's just empty flask that hits the golem and breaks. So you have your.
It doesn't do anything, here. But yeah, I have the second action, and this time
my card.
Yeah, this time it will be 4 dice as I don't move. And well, check this out. Okay, I have 2
Alice
successes.
got 3 this time, and the golem got 1.
So 1 additional success for me, and we shall see what's going on. And it's a 6.
Ooh.
I think I will leave it like this.
Okay, so that's nitroglycerin. So since the golem is hit, you center the smoke marker on it.
Yep.
Oops.
Yeah, accidentally covered all my models.
I think only the lab assistant. Because
yeah, that's true.
It's moved a bit. Yep. So now this golem will take the strength 6 hit plus 1 for the critical. Still not enough to dent the armor.
Nothing, but as far as I remember, it will be
toppled. Yes, all the models touched by the template will be toppled. Okay. So Alice will be toppled and this lab assistant will be toppled.
Well,
so
good for me.
Yes, it is.
I'm happy with the result.
So I will now place the toppled markers.
Okay, and this is the end of her activation, and it's your turn now.
So my first activation in this turn will be this lab golem, fresh new lab golem strolling out from this warehouse. He will use his both actions, first to move 4 inches and then to charge Egir Eldstrom. I have 3 dice. Do you defend or fence?
No, I fence. I'm not scared.
I've got 2 successes and you got 1. So it's a hit with 1 critical.
Yes, so I got 6 damage.
5 plus 1.
Yeah, so 6 damage for me. But also a fury token.
Yes, a fury token.
Which heals 1 wound from the one suffered and gives me an armor and some other bonuses.
Fight, wound and armor.
Cool. So this was the first activation. Another model to activate will be Egir. And as the most important model for me now is this lab assistant that will try to prevent Alice from doing some nasty things with the golem. I'll have to help him, and in order to do it, I first have to get rid of this golem.
So you fight me or do you leave the melee?
No, I try to fight you.
Crazy bastard.
5 dice.
I defend.
And it's 2 successes for me.
And 2 for me.
2 for you. So now it's strength...
you have strength of 5. You have gruesome damage.
Exactly, but it makes no difference now. I have 3 black cards, which would cost 6 damage and will be enough to kill you. And I think I have to do it.
Yes, this is enough to equal the armor, and this is the 4 wounds because of the gruesome damage. Each of these has 1 success. So it
was costly, but I hope it was a good decision. And with the second action, I'll charge the small guy and try to hit him. I have 5 dice. You
I
have,
defend. You have +1 because you have a couple of
true.
So I will defend.
Okay, and he got lots of damage. So I think the plan worked. We'll check if you have any counter for that.
Suddenly I'm all out of models. My last model remaining is this toppled Alice Tinkerly, who will now stand up heroically for a card in her suit, because I want to have 2 actions with her.
Okay.
With my first action, since I am in melee with this golem, I will just hit him, since he is lying on the ground. He only has 1 dice.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Managed
Yep.
to hit him.
Okay, and now I will play a spell. I will move somewhere. It isn't really very important. And I will cast a spell. I paid the cost. My magic ability is free. I need to roll 1 success, and it's plenty. And my friendly model will use this action because of the spell granted by the spell to stand up. And now we use this scenario rule. As I hit him in melee, he will make 1 action, and he will charge this toppled poor lab assistant.
Oh well. Let's see how it goes. A success on my side and 2 on yours.
Yep. So
Means
I
he's
think
very flat and very bad. And he also managed to grab
the golem. Yes, this is my golem.
Yeah.
Yep. So in the end, the victory for the inventors.
Well, apparently.
Okay, so Alice in the end went up home with her brand new security golem.
Well, that's not so brand new.
Not so
He was
brand new.
hit several times.
Yeah, a bit knocked out around the edges. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But the game was a blast, despite having so little models.
Yeah, I think it came out pretty well. We were pretty well. We were thinking that it may be a bit too little number of models to have a good game.
Yeah,
but
only 1 hero each, only 2 henchmen, because you have to have equal number of henchmen to have this balance. Actually,
that's true.
Yeah.
And with such a small number of models, every other model is a big difference. It's not like you have a normal game when you have around 8 or 9 models. One model one way or another, it's not a big a deal. But here, when you have 3, another activation is something very valuable.
Yeah, very valuable. And the quick note is that 2 very important things are that make this scenario really fun and playable. Are the respawning henchmen. Because then you still keep the number of activations that you originally started with.
Yes, we were a bit worried that if 1 henchman dies, what's done? Yeah, if it's a model that was not yet activated, you lose not only model but also an activation, and it can cause a whole turn to get very bad.
Imagine what would happen if the last turn starts and you only have 1 model left and the opponent has 3 models. That's not very sporting or entertaining. So we decided that we want to respawning henchmen. And the other quick change that we made to the rules for this scenario is that the hero models cannot attack each other, and it worked. It worked very well. It worked beautifully.
Yes, because if we wouldn't make it like this, I think it would end up in a turn 2 with Egir killing Alice. It's very probable, considering
most
their
likely
stats. So
also another thing is that the only thing that mattered was the control of the security golem. So we weren't at any point even thinking about hunting other hero models.
That's true.
Even though we couldn't even do it. But I think that even though we weren't thinking about it, somebody might. So adding this rule that you cannot attack another hero model with your hero model is a very good addition to this scenario.
Yeah, so
I think fun.
Me too. I think our little experiment turned out pretty well, and we'll surely be making more scenarios like this. encouraging people also to think about it, and maybe you also have some idea how to add a bit more feeling about more interesting stuff to the scenarios.
Definitely. Think about the scenario setting and the possible outcomes. Come up with some wacky ideas for the use of the models of the terrain.
Of course, and also feel free to use this idea of ours, maybe using different models or different clubs. It can turn out pretty well and maybe a bit different than expected.
So thank you for the game.
Yeah, thanks.
And thank you for watching. Please feel free to comment and ask questions, and maybe post your own scenarios in the comments down below. Also visit our forum and enjoy Wolsung.
Yeah, have fun playing.
Yeah. Cheers.